Autism spectrum disorder. What is it? It is a group of disorders such as autistic disorder, pervasive developmental disorder not otherwise specified, and Asperger's syndrome. Kids with Asperger's syndrome sometimes call themselves ASPIEs. They have social difficulty, difficulty communicating, and behavioral challenges. Asperger's syndrome is usually accompanied by other disorders. The most common are depression, anxiety, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, and conduct disorders. ASPIE kids are often clumsy, speak with unusual patterns or words, have an unusual walk or gait, have very specific interests that do not change with age, do not understand facial expressions, do not use as many facial expressions as other kids, do not know how to carry on conversations with others, and have trouble making and keeping friends. Because of these differences, kids with Asperger's syndrome usually are different from other kids. It's hard to be different. And these differences often lead to teasing. ASPIE kids have trouble understanding teasing. One incident of teasing feels like several incidents of bullying. A regular child can look like this if you don't understand facial cues. According to the Kennedy-Krieger Institute, 61% of children with Asperger's syndrome have been bullied. That's almost twice as often as kids with other disorders on the autism spectrum. We spoke with Caitlin Bork to see what it's like to be teased.
Okay, when people tease me and stuff like that, I take it really seriously. I take it basically to heart, because, I'm doing something wrong.
Oh, I understand that.
I mean, everybody gets bullied, but maybe not as much as I do.
What do you do when they tease you?
I just,
Do you leave?
Well, I remember once I did this. I just put my head down. I just didn't want to make eye contact to anyone.
The state of Texas doesn't consider teasing bullying until it is sufficiently severe, persistent, and pervasive enough to create an intimidating, threatening, or abusive environment. Conduct is also defined as bullying if it exploits an imbalance of power between the bully and the victim in written or verbal expression or physical conduct. These codes leave extensive room for interpretation. When asked if educators usually or almost always intervene when bullies attack, 23% of children disagreed. 71% of educators agreed. Bullying results in school avoidance, higher rates of absenteeism, decrease in grades, inability to concentrate, loss of interest in academic achievement, and an increase in dropout rates. What are reasons for ASPIE bullying? Mainstreaming kids with autism spectrum disorder or putting them in regular classrooms, and a lack of education about the autism spectrum. According to the Kennedy-Krieger Institute, children with Asperger's may be more prone to bullying because they're often placed in typical classrooms in regular schools. Certain traits, including clumsiness, poor hygiene, rigid rule-keeping, talking obsessively about a favorite topic, frequent meltdowns, and inflexibility may make children with an autism spectrum disorder more prone to bullying. April was Autism Awareness Month at Caitlin's school. We asked if there was any education about autism as a part of autism awareness.
When it's Autism Awareness Month, nobody at my school talks about it. Nobody tells us what it is. Nobody tells us how bad it is. They just treat it like it's no big deal.
Rates of autism spectrum disorder diagnosis are increasing. 15 years ago, the national rate was 1 out of every 10,000 children. In 2012, autism spectrum disorder affected 1 out of every 88 children. On March 28, 2014, the Center for Disease Control released a report stating that the prevalence of autism had increased to 1 in every 68. ASPIE kids go to the same schools as regular kids. They are different, but still kids. As an understanding of the disorder spreads, kids will be less likely to tease ASPIEs for the symptoms of the disorder, and bullying rates will decrease. Have you ever told any of your friends you have Asperger's syndrome?
No.
Why not?
Well, I just don't, I guess. Probably because they'll think I'm weird and leave me.
Oh. You think they'll think you're weird?
Yeah.
What would happen if somebody explained what Asperger's syndrome is?
Well, I think they'll understand me a little more and, like, take me under their wing. At least that's what I hope.